Welcome back, people. Unfortunately, my hard drive ran out of space to put a video on, so I had to go ahead finish the game without recording it live. So therefore, you get the recap. Unfortunately, it's going to be as good as the commentary during the game, obviously, but I'll try to remember as good as I can what happened, what's going on at the time. Right, so our opponent cast stab wounds, which is a good move on his part, because the game at the moment is like a stalemate. Neither was able to attack and gain any benefit out of it. Therefore, him casting step wounds allows him to drain me for 2 life every turn. Luckily, we do have 4 flare in the hands, so we can dig a little deeper in our library to get some cards. Unfortunately, we don't hit much. Although Frostman with Civic Saber and Rector's Crackler is definitely a good combination to go for. So we'll take our damage, and from this point we'll try to pose a big, basically try to play more aggressively, since the ball's in our park, giving the step wounds a stalemate of the ball. So first of all, try to attack with the Gorehouse Chainwalker. Try to I like to do 4 damage or trade with the Tower Edric, which would be perfect for me since we do have a Rune Wing in our hands. So that would basically give us a guy with Evasion and the Civic Saber. Do 3 damage every turn, as opposed to like 2 damage he does to us every turn. So it would be like a race we could win. However, he doesn't block, so therefore we try to get as much board presence on the board and basically get as many creatures on the board so we can actually attack for loads next turn. So on his turn he casts the Grostar Guildmage, which is going to be the bane of my existence, simply because he can stall any progress by sacking his creatures to make a supplement token out of them, as we shall see shortly. However, ball's my call, so I decide to steal his Guildmage. I kind of figured I could steal the Idric as well, but I kind of think it's going to sack the Idric regardless of what's going to happen. So by stealing the Idric, I'll be playing in his hand. So by stealing the Guildmage, basically forcing him to make a decision to either sack one of his creatures or face an attack and lose a creature that way. He decides to sack the Grim Roustabout, so I get more defenders on the field. So here I make a play mistake. I should have re-equipped the Saber to either the Chainwalker or the Crackler, so I could attack with Frostman with Guildmage and a Crackler, or the Gorehouse. Because at the moment I need to attack with 2 of them, because any other would just be blocked by the Idric and just lose them, so it makes any sense. So this is a misplay on my part. So now he only loses the saplings. He gets his Guildmage back, unfortunately. Something we can do about that. So here we still have like overwhelming board presence, but since he can sack his creatures for tokens, he can stall my play, but not for too long. But then he drew the demon, which kind of put my entire battle plan out of the field. However, he now gives me an opportunity to sack the Void Wielder, which allows me to get rid of the stab wound. So I gladly take the opportunity before he sacks his turns like his demon into grub food. So unfortunately it was complete tapped out, no reason to attack here. So I draw Syncopate, re-equip the sword and attack with the Crackler and the Frostburn Weird. So here you can either block loose creatures or you can sack the demon, which the latter option is the one he takes. So I've got now like an army of saplings to take care of. He loses 2, but it kind of puts like a very bad position, simply because he can pump his saplings with his Guildmage, enabling him to attack with all the saplings and kill my Rune with his saplings. So it's like a very bad trade for me. And getting like down to 6 life, draw lands. I'm looking pretty rough at the moment. He casts Ragnar Imp. I decide to to counter it, simply because if he is allowed to attack with the imp and use to pump it with the guild mage, I lose all opportunity I might still have to actually win this this particular game. So he gets step with all my Frostborn Weird. I can't sack the Frostborn Weird by using his pump ability because I don't have enough mana, so therefore I have to take 2 damage. And now given he's got plenty of subjects on the field and attackers, I'm looking at a very, very rough spot. Luckily I do draw Annihilating Fire, but here's another misplay I make here by not using it immediately on his guild mage, thereby allowing him to like sack himself when you finally do play it, as we see here. So he gets Sloppy Rain. We kill the mage, but he basically turns me into some more rabbit food. And now we got an army of saplings running down on us, and we simply stand no chance to win this game and lose, unfortunately. So that's the end of the first game we played, or second game rather. So up to the final one. Right, so we decide to play first. We want to get as aggressive as possible for like his demon or whatever shows up. First hand would be good if we had 2 lands in it, but given we only got 1, we can't really risk playing with. So mulligan, and we get into a second hand, which is not much better. However, we got like a first turn creature, second turn creature, and we can actually use the ability of the guild mage to cycle lands for better cards. So this is the reason I keep this hand. So we start with the Rector's Crackler. Get it in there. Unleash, and from this point onward we try to play this game as aggressively as we can. So next turn, get an island in, cast Guild Mage, attack with the Crackler, and holding back Annihilating Fire to deal with any creatures which might actually waylay our strategy. Right, so instead of killing the Dragon Imp with the Annihilating Fire, we choose to simply attack. If it wants to block, we can use Annihilating Fire as something else. Obviously it doesn't block. But here I opt to play the Gorehouse Chainwalker instead of dealing with his Dragon Imp, because at the moment we're raising him, and his 1 point of life like it doesn't matter against 7 points of damage every turn he faces. So he can afford to hold Annihilating Fire off. However, he starts with the stubborn shenanigans, so killing one of our creatures. It's not too bad. He doesn't kill the Gorehouse Chainwalker, which is a good sign for us. So we can like continue to be aggressive and still do 5 damage every turn. So here we go, getting in. I'll continue our approach of getting as aggressive as possible. We still hold back the Annihilating Fire, get another creature on the team. So he keeps on attacking. And puts a Slum Reaper on the battlefield. So here I got like a choice, like which one to sacrifice, and I should go for the Crackler since it's got like the least power of all the creatures on board. So here we got the Splatter Thug we draw, which is quite interesting. So instead we cast all your fire, deal with the Slum Reaper now, get him out of the way, and keep on attacking for more damage. So it's down to 6 life. You're looking pretty good, especially with the Splatter Thug in hand. However, you still got 3 cards to play with. But he comes out with a Sewers Shambler, which tells me he doesn't have any lands in his hand, and his land is not going to be able to deal with whatever stuff we can put on him now at the moment. So he basically blocks the Chainwalker, which is interesting. So otherwise we'd like cast a Splatter Thug if we would have blocked the Frostborn Weird, but now I decide to pump the Frostborn Weird once. So he could have some 4 life, which means that if we can syncopate any creature he plays on his turn, we he can then fully max the Frostburn Weird and do 40 points damage and actually win the game. Unless, of course, I've come with like a completely different plan at a time, which is Spread of Thug. See, I'm not sure. I mean, I kind of figured holding Spread of Thug back in favor of Syncopate might have been the better choice, but oh well, that's what I've played at the time. So then we could have. Oh no, we couldn't have Syncopated that. So to a caster, so maybe this was the better choice after all. Anyway, so he buffs the Dragonite Bob to like a 3-3. Unfortunately for him, however, we do have a 3-3 on our team with First Strike. So we don't want him to gain 3 lives, therefore we just attack with the Spread of Thug. You can either take damage, go down to 1 life, or get rid of his Dragonite Imp. He chooses to do the latter, or the former rather. Yeah, so this time we do hold Syncopate back and hope to be able to deal with any stuff he might have cast on his turn. He doesn't attack, which indicates to me he doesn't have any creatures or any good removal to deal with. So here we cast Mountain, so now we are pretty much like attacking for the game. There's no way now he can actually win, since we've got Syncopate to deal with any shenanigans he could pull. So here he tries to block First Weird, but since he's got First Strike, he loses the game before actually gains any life. And that's the game there. So on to the finals.